Fine, thanks. How are you? Are you in a bunker in New York City?
Yeah, you'd think if you had a good left-wing progressive mayor and a governor, everything would go great. What a surprise here. Hey,
No, and
Andrew
Cuomo can remove him,
Yeah, but, taking Andrew Cuomo, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, this guy was a rock star. Those briefings, he was like a superstar. Did you ever see a guy crumble so fast and just wipe out that quickly?
No, it's almost as fast as the claim that we need to socially distance. Wow, that is unbelievable. Unbelievable, Mark Simone. I mean, I know other people have pointed out kind of hard to avoid when police are out, stopping the guy playing t-ball in the park with his son or surfing. And now, I just tweeted out a picture of, I think it's in New York, a bunch of nurses standing out applauding a mob of protesters. Who are not, by the way, in case you were wondering, socially distancing.
Yeah. Also,
So is that over now?
Yeah, I guess it is over. He did say a few weeks ago that he was going to start curbside pickup at stores. I didn't know this is what he meant, but...
I guess Major League Baseball's back on. I mean, that's the good news here. They've wrecked the economy, wrecked our lives, wrecked the country. Now, wrecking it city by city. Incidentally, you, Mark Simone, are in a particular position to comment. I mean, I think I think a lot of people think that, like COVID, I mean, I'm usually pretty optimistic about the country. People say, oh, it'll never be the same. And then, 2 months later, everything's the same. Even after 9/11, we did come back, despite what I think a lot of people thought at the time. Oh, my gosh, it'll never be the same. We'll all be terrified. Everybody's leaving. No, riots are different. Riots are different, and you, from Grosse Pointe, Michigan, are well familiar with how the effects linger. I mean, Detroit and the suburb of Grosse Pointe used to be the gem of the nation.
Okay, but wait, there's certain cities that fall apart, and it's like a one-industry town. The difference with New York, well, two differences. One, you had a million industries. You had financial industry, Broadway, entertainment. But we've been through stuff like this before, but the difference was you had Pataki and Rudy Giuliani to rebuild it.
I wish.
Yeah, so, you look at these guys. You remember 9/11, Pataki and Giuliani were out on the street with their police jackets on, running around. Where's de Blasio and Cuomo? Why aren't they there on the scene? This is the one time you don't hear from Chuck Schumer. He's not interested in being on TV now. So,
well, not only that, I mean, Giuliani did save New York City in many ways, starting with ending crime, something we're all being well familiarized with again. I mean, this is the problem with being with Republican success stories. One of the main pillars of the Republican Party is to make the world safe, to law and order, to be tough on criminals, so that the rest of us can go about our lives. The problem, and I've never seen a politician change the world as much as Rudy Giuliani did as mayor of New York. I mean, other than, I guess, Ronald Reagan ending the Cold War. Certainly in my lifetime, those were the two greatest achievements. And I've been looking at these, moron hipsters in Brooklyn all these years, thinking, you have no idea. You don't know what New York City of Death Wish was like. So you win these successes, and the problem is you can't run on that issue anymore, and people forget what it was like. Well, they're getting well familiarized with it right now. You can't have life. You can't have parks. You can't have women and children going for walks on a warm spring evening. These stores, as for what's going to happen to New York, I think it is very, very, very bad unless another unless there is some Giuliani out there who can come along and save it. But look at these stores and restaurants. They were already going under because of the shutdown. They were going under because of competition from Amazon. They've just gone through 3 months of making no money, laying people off, desperate to come back. No, okay, I'm socially distanced. And suddenly their storefronts are smashed and all their stuff is stolen.
But again, Cuomo, if there was a little flood, he'd have the hip boots on and he'd have the jacket on. He'd be on the scene. The 2 prisoners escaped. Remember, he's wearing his camouflage jacket. He's on the scene hunting. Riots all over the place. He wasn't here. He wasn't on the street. I know it's the mayor's job, but he should have been here, and he should have been walking around doing something. That's what remember Giuliani and Pataki, all through 9/11. They never left the scene. They were always there.
That's true, but I think you're not even giving them enough credit, which is to say it isn't a photo op I'm looking for. It's results and policies, and what policies have Cuomo, de Blasio, and I might mention your president, pushed. And, well, that's being soft on criminals. In New York City, the no bail. It's stunning right now that there is no bail. You do not go to jail for arson. You do not go to jail for arson, and that is what is happening all over. And you have lots of criminals who have been released either through, the First Step Act, or that was Jared Kushner's brilliant idea, because releasing criminals always popular with people, and through the COVID nonsense, putting criminals on the street. It's the policy. It's how about ignoring Antifa all these years? How about Gavin McInnes giving a speech at the Metropolitan Republican Club? This was a couple of years ago. Antifa shows up, vandalizes this beautiful historic club. It's been around for years. Windows smashed, the Anarchy A spray painted on it. And they're beating up people who are coming to hear Gavin McInnes' speech. Gavin McInnes was the founder of Vice, very funny, very smart, and at this point, very deplatformed with no help from the administration, I might add. The Proud Boys, Gavin McInnes' Proud Boys, all they do is fight back. They don't go to an Antifa gathering and attack you. They fight back. 2 of them are now in prison for 2 years. That is how Cuomo and de Blasio and Trump have laid the groundwork. No pun. And Mitt Romney praised Antifa. Antifa. They have laid the groundwork for this for years, and now it's exploded, and they ought to be held responsible. We just need someone to come along and give us an alternative.
Well, Ann Coulter, I had to say we're out of time, but everybody, hey, check out her new website, AnnCoulter.com. A lot of good stuff up there. AnnCoulter.com. New column comes out tonight?
Yes, it's a good one.
Uh-oh. And follow her on Twitter. And if you've run out of books to read, you think you've read all the Ann Coulter books, check out the website. There might be some you didn't get to, AnnCoulter.com. Ann Coulter, thanks for being with us.
Good to talk to you, Mark Simone. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care.
We will make America great again.